Rumeli was the name for the region that stretched north from the Gulf of Corinth. Depending on the time and the map maker, it reached as far as today's Romania, so that Rumeli encompassed what today we call the Balkans. For our purposes, it was a band of territory that was bracketed by the Ionian Sea to the west and the Aegean Sea to the east. To the south is the Peloponnesian Peninsula, what at the time was called the Morea. The name Rumeli was Ottoman, meaning the land of the Rum, the people of the Eastern Roman Empire. This is a land of mountains and sheer cliffs overlooking valleys, lush in winter and arid in summer. Pine is interspersed with plain where the water is sufficient. Flowers explode everywhere in the spring. In past centuries, marginal lands in the mountains were given to intensive crops like grapes, almonds, walnuts, and figs. Valleys produced wheat. Sheep grazed around the pastures. Layers of peasants, landowners, tax farmers, moneylenders, merchants, and administrators lived off that land. The intensely blue sea was an outlet for trade and piracy, and a source of fish. There was and is a town on the southern coast of Rumeli named Galaxidi, known today as a place for weekend escapes for Athenians. It looks southward across the Gulf of Corinth to the Peloponnese. At the start of the 18th century, it was a strategic trading town and pirate base. Like many towns in the Ottoman Balkans, Galaxidi was run by Christian notables come warlords, and from some point in the early 1700s, the Christian in charge was a man named Katsonis. He was from a nearby mountain village and moved about the region in search of opportunities, and Galaxidi was a prize. Like any notable, Christian or Muslim, his job was to keep the peace and gather the taxes, rents, and tariffs at the port, all of which he shared with a hierarchy of other notables. Formerly, Katsonis and all Christians were reaya, the Ottoman term for a herd of animals. It designated non-Muslims who lacked the privileges of a Muslim and were liable to certain taxes. And it's true that a good share of the notables in towns and districts were Muslims, generically termed ayans, often with the title aga, as was a sizable minority of the population of this region. Higher levels of power, the beys, the pashas, and the viziers who ruled whole regions were near monopolies of Muslims.